We'll start off with some solar system facts. Planets we have are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. The Sun is 99.8% the mass of the entire solar system, shown close to scale here. Rudimentary heliocentric teachings state that the Sun, like this, is at the centre of the planets, while they are all on their own orbits as well, circling the centre of the system's mass. The Earth is circling the Sun at 66,600 miles an hour. It supposedly spins on its axis at 1,040 miles per hour. The Earth has a wobble at the poles as well as a 23.4 degree tilt back and forward per year, which gives a seasonal variation. On a 90-degree angle, the Earth's tilt is 66.6 degrees, though we'll call these satanic numbers a coincidence for now. This representation conveniently fails to show all the movements in the proposed model. It fails to show the Sun is on its own orbit round the Milky Way. This conveniently left out fact makes the heliocentric system more easy to swallow when taught. The mythical helical system is shown here, with the Sun orbiting the Milky Way's centre at almost 500,000 miles per hour, the Earth orbiting the Sun at 66,600 miles per hour, wobbling on its axis, tilting back and forth 23.4 degrees on its axis. The Milky Way is moving close to the speed of light, not forgetting the entire universe's expansion. These directions and velocities are incompatible with the facts that are going to show. If we were really on a rock, barreling through space in all these different directions and different speeds of mind-boggling proportion, how can this majestic sight of the Milky Way's Great Rift pass by at the same relaxed pace as the Sun and Moon pass by each day and night? The painting across the sky of 88 constellations has went past with the 12 more commonly known since at least 270 BC, when the Greek poet Aratus wrote about them. For those of us born in August like myself, Leo, in August of every year, for millennia, Leo stood prominent. Scorpio, Orion, with 3 stars at his belt, the most obvious. These constellations never change, and every year, when the year begins again, everything resets. The 88 constellations, along with these 12, circle the Earth every year, without fail. Megalithic structures have been built underneath these constellations: Stonehenge, pyramids of Giza, Babylonian pyramids, stuff all over the world. The Big and Little Dipper, commonly known as the Plough. Even the portrayal of the swastika is inverted, summoning hatred for its appearance during the staged World War. In fact, it depicts the pole star at its centre, with the plough revolving around it throughout the year. The swastika, in fact, has been used from civilizations for thousands of years, and it's always meant a symbol of peace and unity, and everybody's always knew that everything spins round Polaris. It's gobsmackingly obvious, people. Everybody's always knew the Earth was flat, and everything revolves around us, that we're in a special place. Now how can this be possible? It's incompatible with the images that I've shown. The constellations and the planets return as they always have done. The Sun rises in the east and sets in the west as it always has. It's literally impossible. We are on an Earth, moving in such crazy, mind-boggling speeds and directions. Everybody believes they're on a globe because they've been told. There's no other reason to believe there's any curvature to the Earth. Water always finds its own level. The higher you go, the horizon always rises to the eye level. We're on a spherical object. Regardless of how high you went, you would have to keep looking down towards the horizon. It should remain fixed. This is not the case. The Sun cannot be the magnitude of what we're told. How can this be possible if the sun's 93 million miles away? The sun's exactly where these lines converge. If the sun and the earth were truly the size depicted here, the light rays hitting the earth would be as follows. The sun's rays should hit earth like this, not like this, not like this, not like this. Opposing pressure systems cannot exist beside each other without a solid barrier. So, vacuum of space is a negative pressure system. The gaseous body of the earth, that's a positive pressure system. How can a vacuum envelop a gaseous body without some kind of separation between them? I learned long before I became on the flat earth at high school that opposing pressure systems cannot be side by side without something separating the two. How can the vacuum of space surround the gases of Earth? There'd be no gas left on the Earth. It's no rocket science, people. Stanley Kubrick with the NASA officials outside a recording studio in England back in the 60s, prior to him directing the moon landing videos that caused the destruction of his marriage and his life. You can see his own admission on his YouTube video he posted years ago now. These people have been telling lies since they were started by Warner Van Braun, the ex-Nazi scientist. On his tombstone, he's got a psalm from the Bible. Why would a man who thinks there's a multitude of different solar systems, planets, and billions of possible other Earths and civilizations out there, why would they mention a psalm from the Bible speaking of the dome above our heads? This is that dome, from the Hebrews' representation of it, called the firmament. Google even mock us with a depiction of the dome above us. So if you had two sundials 20 miles apart, one should be 266 feet further over the curvature of the Earth, given a radically different time by the other one. This just doesn't work. 30 miles away, 600 feet of curvature, the effect on that shadow on that sundial, the time's not that different 30 miles away. In this image you can see more than 30 miles. There is no curvature visible. Or here. On the left, during the Red Bull jump, you can see the fisheye lens showing curvature to the Earth, yet inside the cab the horizon's perfectly flat. If the moon is 250,000 miles away, how can we see the sky through it? All images from NASA are edited CGI, concocted by some lunatic in some place, fooling the world. Here's the Earthrise image in Photoshop. The saturation and the hue is taken down, and you can see that the Earth's been pasted in the shot. Venus looks like this through a telescope, but we see this through Hubble. Venus even has clouds. Some imagination these people have got. I've shown you more than enough to know you can't be on this spinning ball that you've seen in the animation of the helical solar system. This is not compatible, as I've said, with the fact that the constellations remain fixed as they always have done. I've shown you enough. It's whether your brain will allow this information through. The subconscious might not allow it due to your cognitive dissonance. The same dark forces that tell you you're on a spinning ball initiate these attacks like 9/11, 7/7, Boston, Paris, Florida, Sandy Hook, the mass shootings, the hatred perpetuated through the media. It's all the same people. This image of the Dark Lord himself, which appears to have horns growing from his head due to the curtains behind him. What is happening in this world? These people are evil. How can this be happening in front of everyone, yet invisible to most? The all-seeing eye is everywhere. 666 is everywhere. If you watch Donald Trump during his speeches, his right hand is continually making this symbol. Alongside the devil's horns on Lenin's left hand. These dark forces that inhabit this earth, controlling us, farming us like cattle. They love to show their symbols and rub it in our faces. The Catholic Church itself is a satanic cult. These people are evil. They invert everything. They poison us, poison our minds, poison our bodies, poison our souls, so they can take our souls. Wake up, folks. Everything's rubbed in our faces, just like the flatness of our earth. Even the Statue of Liberty herself is really Apollo the sun god in drag, mocking us forever. Their evil symbols are everywhere. 666 is extremely prevalent. I'll end with the flat earth. These sixes appear everywhere. Their horned fingers appear everywhere. The all-seeing eye appears everywhere. As this states, the whole house of cards built by these sick bastards can topple if you only look into flat earth. It's the easiest thing to prove. Don't take what I say for granted. Just look at it yourself, that's all I ask. The earth is flat. Take care.